here.
Welcome back. Let's find out if we've got anything wrong so far. For that, we go to TV's Andy Leedy. So, Andy, what's up?
What's up? Really? Really, Greg?
You still can't let it go, can you?
Well, I'd say I'm waiting for you to apologize, but I guess first you'd have to admit you were wrong for once.
Oh, I was wrong, all right, to have ever trusted you.
I think after all these years, it wouldn't amaze me how you can play the victim, but it still does.
Back in the day, you used to pay me to play the victim, Andy.
Those days are over, Greg.
Well, I don't miss a single one of them.
I miss them. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are just letting it marinate, aren't you?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, I don't even know if I can go on.
Nah,
Yeah.
try to soldier through.
Libya, Bill Kristol. First of all, it's good to hear that the president is a fan of Red Eye and a fan of mine in particular.
It goes without saying.
Well, we grew up in Indonesia together. So.
That's good. He mentioned that, I think. Yeah, that was off the record, though.
Yeah, we used to shoot hoops.
You know, you can't say off the record after you say something.
You think?
Yeah.
I take it back. It's like, I take it back.
Yeah.
Especially on TV.
Yeah.
You can't really look in the camera and go, that was off the record.
I never thought of that before, that you can't do that.
Yeah, we
It's
should
too
do
bad, yeah.
we should do a whole segment called Off the Record.
Yeah.
There you go.
But my question for you, Mr. Kristol, is when you were writing the president's Libya speech, were you at all concerned that he couldn't pull it off?
No, I had great confidence in him.
Okay.
And I think he did a good job.
Okay, yeah.
You did proofread it, didn't you?
This is over the top. Now, you know, I think we have to give the president credit for coming to these sensible views on his own.
Yeah, there you go.
Mary Smith, if that is your real name.
Yeah.
You brought up North Korea and basically wondered why we don't intervene there if we're going to intervene in Libya. I think the fact that they have nukes might have something to do with it.
Well, we have a lot to do with the fact that they have nukes. So, yes, it does have something to do with it. But I think that the silent screams of lots of people around the world waiting for our intervention are a lot different than the people who are tapping, the closest cameraman on the shoulder and wondering whether we can cover it.
But here's my theory. Like, it's sort of okay, as long as a government represses its people so much that they can't protest, then we don't have to worry about it.
Right, they turn the power off. You can't see if it's happening in the dark.
Right. So to me, the message we're sending to dictators is just suppress your people really brutally, and we won't bother you, because they won't protest. It's only if they protest that we'll maybe do something about it.
Well, in 27 minutes, President Obama didn't get to that particular phrase last night, but maybe he'll cover it in the State of the Union soon.
Yeah. It was subtext, though.
Subtext.
How do we know? How do we know that the North Koreans aren't perfectly happy with their situation? Have you ever tried to eat tree bark, Andy? It's actually delicious.
That's just mean.
Thank you. Thank you, Mary Smith, if that is your real name. Joe, you said you would have loved to have seen a split screen during Obama's speech, with one half being the things he said in the run-up to the Iraq War. You don't even have to go that far back. Just have one half be the stuff that candidate Obama said in 2008.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. I'd even like to see a split screen with you on the other side, maybe eating a sandwich. I think
that would be cool, yeah.
That'd be very erotic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't pay for that sandwich.
Hey, did you know that North Korea's missiles are called no-dongs? How funny is that? They really are.
Not very.
Made me giggle.
No dongs.
Mary, you said of Obama not going to Congress, you said when you go to Congress, you have weeks of discussion, and when you have to act like now. But he could have gone to Congress during the weeks and weeks he was waiting for the UN to approve.
It does seem like you might have two sets of people looking at both of these kind of situations and working through the details with the people that need to be involved. In the State of the Union, you cover hundreds of topics in an hour. And last night he covered just Libya and not much about what actually is happening or what actually is going to happen next in Libya, despite Bill Kristol's help.
Yeah. Bill Kristol, my fear isn't so much that Obama thinks it's okay to lob missiles at another country without Congress's approval. My fear is that he thinks it's okay to substitute the UN's approval for congressional approval. Am I right to fear that?
Yes, you are, but he puts a little too much weight on the UN and on the Arab League.
Yeah.
But in this case, he ended up doing the right thing, though later than he should have. And I do worry that in the future he will sort of think he has to have the Arab League okay or the UN okay before intervening in other places where maybe it would be a good idea to save lives or to prevent countries like Iran from getting nuclear weapons.
Right.
But he said in his speech that he understands there are times that America has to act alone. He even used the word this gets to your point, Joe. He
Well,
used
you
the
just
word
love
unilaterally. He said.
you just love repeating the words you wrote.
You might even have to intervene unilaterally in a pinch. Where have we heard that
He did.
unilateral
I know.
word before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why didn't you put more jokes in his speech?
I tried to. He cut them out.
Got to keep it under 30.
Yeah. Yeah, because Dancing with the Stars was on it.
Yeah.
Maternity houses. Greg, you said, quote, while it's impossible to know just how widespread maternity tourism is, let's just say without any numbers or facts, it's rampant and it's destroying America.
Exactly.
I don't think you can do that.
I just did.
I don't think you can.
I know, but I'm really, really, really angry.
Are you?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I can barely contain myself.
I can tell.
There's something wrong with it, but
Is
it's
there?
legal. That's the problem. There's something wrong with
You can't put your
there's something
finger
wrong
on it,
with-
can you?
What?
You can't put your finger on it.
Yeah, but there's something wrong with a bunch of people coming in and stacking themselves up in a house
Right.
and then leaving.
Like so much cordwood, Greg.
Yes, it's wrong. But however, if I were them, I would do the same thing. That's what I'm saying. If I was living in China, I would try to do the same thing.
Yeah. Well, here's what you're missing, and I'll get to this. Bill Crystal, you said this is good for the economy. What's not to like? How about the fact that this is a long-term plan by the Chi-Coms? What's going to happen is when these kids grow up, they're all going to get sent back here as American citizens. They're going to run for office, perhaps even the presidency, and then use their power in the service of their masters in Beijing.
And they will have a birth certificate.
Yes. Yes.
And
I
from
think I
San
read this in
Gabriel-
a Clancy
San
novel.
Gabriel, California. That's a good point.
You may not have a problem
This is
with
why
that,
the president
sir.
has a high regard for you. You know,
You may not have a
thinking
problem
ahead,
with
kind
that,
of around,
sir.
Thinking beyond the what's that called? Outside the box.
Yes.
right?
Yeah. I, for one, am not going to sit by and let this happen to a country I happen to love.
That's good.
Are you talking about China?
Kenya.
You're going to have a baby?
Trump. Joe, Greg asked you if this means Trump isn't running the birther stuff, and you said sarcastically, yeah, this is a great plank. Show 2 pieces of ID. My theory is that Trump is too stupid to realize how stupid he sounds.
Well, first of all, I did not say that sarcastically.
So you didn't?
Wholeheartedly.
You think it
as
is a
an
good
American
plank?
citizen.
Oh, I
Which
apologize.
is my right. It
I
is my
apologize.
right. And you won't be saying those kind of things when a Chinese baby has your job,
That's a
pal.
good point.
I hope that answered your question.
Was that it? I guess you did. I guess you did. And I guess I'm done.
Are you really?
Apparently.
Not a lot there. I guess we did a good job.
Is it possible to work for the
Something
weekend
like
on a
that.
Tuesday?
I don't know. Maybe he's got plans tonight.
so
Maybe
real.
he's got a hot
Unreal.
date.
We'll take it from here, Andy.
Yeah.
Is it only Tuesday?
Don't
Yeah,
excite
it is only
yourself.
Tuesday.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. You know, it's because he was flattered,
Right,
and that
right.
just totally killed all his
Well,
material.
he had a lot of Obama bashing stuff, but then he found out he liked him,
Yeah.
and he had to get rid of all of it.
Yeah, well, we know how to butter up Andy with a lot of butter. All right, coming up, something so awesome I've forgotten what it is. But first, is Europe waging a war on cars? Yeah, probably. Look, I haven't read the story yet, so get off my back. They won't eat a bean because the budget cuts are mean. I speak of a pile of religious leaders and hunger activists who have begun a hunger strike over proposed congressional budget cuts. The group, which includes Christian, Jewish, and Muslim organizations, contends that the proposed cuts to food aid are too harsh, both at home and abroad. Said former U.S. ambassador to the World Food Program, Tony Hall, quote, "We've lobbied and we've reasoned and we've sent letters and we've admonished. That's why we're having the fast. It's time to call God. It's time to unleash God."
Unleash God.
Hall added that the group will consume only water this week, with a little juice added in later. What a wuss. My pool boy Ricardo survives on far less sweat mostly. Anyhow, let's discuss this in our
Lightning round.
That was fast. Hey, Mary, isn't this the equivalent of like a child holding his breath to get his way at the mall?
It is, and holding your breath as a way to get what you want at the mall is not as effective as eating 30 hot dogs really, really fast at Coney Island.
Yeah, that's true.
I love that.
Calls a lot more attention to hunger or not hunger.
So reverse hunger striking. Bill, well, do you think this works? I mean, the fact that they're doing, I mean, aren't they just conceding the fact that they can't win the debate, so we're going to throw a tantrum, a body tantrum?
A hunger strike. Yeah, I can't believe can I say as a Jew that I can't believe a Jewish group is joining a hunger strike. It's kind of contrary to the spirit of our people. But hey, that's okay. I guess they want to get along with the Christians, and the Christians are more into hunger strikes.
But you know, there are these like weird, what are they, alternate hunger strikes where you can take an hour off. It's like you have breakfast and then you hunger strike until lunch.
Yeah.
So basically, just live your life.
Yeah,
and you're not really striking at all.
But Bill, you've been on a 35-year hunger strike. How tough is it really?
It's a protest against my paycheck or lack thereof.
Yes.
Thank God for green room food. That's the only way I can survive.
Or just green food.
Yes, free room food, I like to call it.
Joe, here's the thing. This is basically emotional blackmail, right? Mm-hmm. They're saying we can't beat you in the arena of ideas, so we're going to beat you by basically threatening suicide. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, well, he said they wrote letters, they made phone calls. Did they try admonishing? They did? Did they try admonishing?
Yes.
Oh, well, once you've tried admonishing, I don't see what kind of choice you have after that. Once you've admonished, you're out of ideas.
And they're basically all on the assumption that these programs that are being cut actually help the poor, and I don't think they do. So it's like that's why they're being cut. Not just because they are saving money, but because they aren't working. So, stop starving people, or whatever you are.
Says the rich dude.
Yeah, I'm rich. On Monday, the European Union unveiled a plan to cut carbon emissions by 60% between now and the year 2050. Under the plan, cars would be banned from cities across Europe, as well as an end to cheap holiday flights from the UK to the rest of the continent, so that more people would take the train. Bill K., can you believe, that they want to ban one of the greatest inventions of all time? What does this mean?
Well, liberals, my colleague Fred Barnes wrote about this, liberals love trains.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's like a 19th century thing. It, cut up the landscape and all this in all kinds of ways. Fair number of people, it's not the healthiest. I don't know, people die when they get hit by trains and all that. Nonetheless, the liberals want high-speed trains everywhere, and they hate it for people to drive. They don't like the convenience of individuals deciding when they're going to leave, where they're going to go, where they're going to stop off, if the family's going to travel together. They like the idea of some central government setting out these nice schedules and transporting people together collectively to some place that the government decides they should go.
Yeah, and you know how that turns out, Mary. Not good. Don't these people, they don't have a concept of human creativity or how the brain tends to solve problems over time. That there's never going to be a solution for the oil crisis, so we should just go back to trains, or just go back to horses, or go back to the wheel.
Well, if everybody had to ride a horse, they would be against everybody having a horse also. Yeah. I mean, this is a progression and a belief system that just doesn't really work for humans that want to have the freedom to do what they want. Little kids love trains too, but they outgrow it. Yeah,
that is true. Joe, is this just really an excuse to keep drunk Brits from going to other countries? They always have those cheap flights. They're going to Ibiza or they're going to Prague.
I think it shows the forward-looking green agenda that soon the streets of Europe will be full of horse feces and plague-bearing rats in no time. They're really going back to the good old days.
Yeah, I kind of like that, Bill. I got to say, by 2050, you might have had enough money to buy a car, Bill.
Yeah, I'm all for this. And a lot of people would say, oh, it's because you've never owned a car, Bill. Or you always get run over when you're rocking to work every day. Yes. But I'm not basing my personal life on me being for this. I will say, screw those smoking taxes, though. That is awful. I'm against that. But this is awesome.
This is, it's anti-growth, anti-commerce, and anti-human. That's all it is.
Otherwise, it's fine.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's fine. They have no faith that humans can do better.
It's anti-fat people.
Yeah. They're putting the planet before the people. All right, a Texas judge has given Willie Nelson an opportunity to avoid drug possession charges if he sings for the court. Instead of entering a plea by mail, Nelson can resolve the charges if he shows up, pleads guilty, pays a fine, and sings Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain. Is this a fair deal, Mary?
Clearly extortion.
Yeah.
You should go somewhere where you can get a card and buy it on every street like Denver.
Really? I like that. I like the way you think. Joe, what if a judge made you tell jokes to beat a jail sentence?
I would love that. I would love that because I can't sing.
Yeah.
But I looked up the song. It's actually from his album Red-Headed Stranger, which I thought was a sexual position all until this time. So I learned something.
That is important. Bill K., can a judge legally do this? Couldn't he then ask a porn star to have sex with him to avoid jail?
I don't know. These days, judges do a lot of things.
That's true. That's why they wear the robes, Bill.
Exactly. Good point.
Yes. You know, it's not just for tradition.
What, the robes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so to hide their love of Willie Nelson?
Yes, exactly. And their love of other things. But can they do this? Are they allowed? I mean, it's not fair because I have no talent. I have no discernible talent. Therefore, if I'm in a situation, I can't get out of the sentence. But Willie Nelson can. It's unfair.
Well, he should be rewarded for his talent.
Oh, God.
Well,
But see, then you know what? I think these judges can do this because you always see the stories about the punishments they make up for them.
Right.
There'll be people wearing placards outside of the Walmart where they stole from. That's what they'd make you do. They'd make you do some sort of funny thing for them to amuse themselves so you wouldn't have to go to jail.
Well, what talent would you offer?
I would recite shark facts.
Really?
And I think that everyone would be very amused and also learn something, Greg.
You really like those sharks.
I don't not like them. That's a double negative.
Yeah.
That means I do.
Yeah, I followed that. It
Thank
took me a
you.
while.
You're
though.
welcome.
You know, the thing is, though, sharks don't like you. They would any given chance. Well, maybe they wouldn't eat you because your skin is so and your flesh is so saturated with meth.
Also, I'm not a surfer. A lot of times they'll go after surfers because they think they're seals. Fact number one.
Fantastic.
He's been on a hunger strike for weeks.
Yes, exactly. That's not a hunger strike. That's just a.
That's a pro-meth thing.
Yeah.
Lifestyle
Yes.
I think of the words, but I'm high.
All right, stay right there. We're coming back, so don't go away. So last night, I told you how much I enjoy traveling by hang glider, nude. I do, but I also love charity. So let's get to my latest piece of art, which, of course, I drew myself. I call this Pleasure and Pain. And it depicts a unicorn massage therapist I met in Brussels back in the early 80s. It was a hazy time, and frankly, if you asked me what went on, I'd have no clue. I do remember eating strudel. I hope it was strudel. So the highest bid is still the first bid from a lovely gentleman, Ryan Prespent, who was offered $350 for this piece of art. That's not a bad start, but we can do better. So now you have till Friday to beat Ryan's bid. So email your offer to redeye@foxnews.com to be considered. And as you know, all the money goes to the Wounded Warriors Project. And remember, let's not forget the real message here. It's not about charity. It's about me looking cool in front of others. And I think that works. Okay, we're going to close things out with the post-game wrap-up from TV's Andy Levy. Oh, nice. How do you see? Are you okay?
No.
See clips of recent shows. Go to foxnews.com/redeye. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Coming up tomorrow on the next Red Eye, look, I'm in here. Political commentator Jedediah Bila returns to the program. So does comedian Jim Norton. He's the one in the middle. And Democratic strategist Crystal Ball makes her show debut. Debut. Hey, Andy, I guess it's back to you for the post-game wrap-up.
I guess it is.
Yes.
Hey.
Maybe you can do something good for a change.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill, Crystal, what's coming up at Ye Olde Weekly Standard?
Andy Ferguson's flying out to interview David Mamet tomorrow for a piece in a couple of weeks. One of the great writers. He was just on the show, Andy, with his son Gillum, as you guys discussing his excellent new book.
Yeah, we had a
Crazy
great
You.
time.
We had a great time. It was a great show.
Did you get any backlash from him being on the show?
Yeah, but we just blotted it out.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
lost 20, 25,000 subscribers. But
Sure.
hey, you know, you got to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He chewed gum throughout the entire show. Did you know that?
I did.
We got a lot of letters of people going, do your guests know that chewing gum on TV is rude? Take that, Andy.
I will.
Not you, Andy. The other Andy.
Oh, okay. Mary, what you up to these days?
Well, as you know, Who Said You Said is a political highlight reel of people in the public eye, and I'm delighted to announce that Campaigns and Elections magazine recognized both me and my co-founder Kelly Maher as one of Colorado's 50 top influencers in elections and politics. So we're delighted about that, and I'm also helping launch a new venture, which is called xconnection.com. It's a place where people going through a divorce or breakup situation can support each other.
What's the S?
X.
Oh, X.
E-X-C-O-N-N-E-C-T-I-O-N.
Thank you. I get it. X. X.
I'm going to go there to pick up chicks.
Hard up.
Thanks for your help, Greg.
Hey, Joe, how much are tickets for your upcoming show at the Community Arts Center in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, which I believe is Thursday, March 31st at 8 p.m.?
Yes, it is. I checked online. One ticket is 20 and 2 tickets is 30. And using that logic, if you buy enough, I assume you're let in for free at some point.
No, excellent. That works out well. Hey, I heard one of your jokes made the New York Post's roundup of like the best jokes of 2010.
I did. I came in at number 47 with this joke.
I don't get it.
He's got.
Get it. He was a cyclist. He didn't play baseball.
It's almost hard to believe there were 45 jokes better than that.
Yeah, it's really with a stunner like.
Kenny.
I don't understand it. All
All
right.
right, back to you.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Mary Smith, Bill Schultz, Joe DeVito, and Bill Crystal. That does it for me. I'm Greg Gutfeld. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.